Welcome to the 7th Annual International Finance Awards in Dubai. We are joined by some of the top performers who have achieved award-winning results in a highly competitive market across the Middle East and Asia Pacific. We're joined today by Scott Munden, CEO of QI Card. He has won the category for the best smart card in finance in Iraq. We'd like to talk to him today and find out how he's achieved such results and what are his visions for the future.
All right, thank you. Glad
You're
to be here. We're honored, actually.
Pleasure to have you.
And it's never just me, it's always the team.
Thank you. So I'd like to know, how is QI Card driving financial inclusion in Iraq?
Actually, Iraq, it's an emerging market. You still have more than 80% of the population is unbanked. And we started 10 years ago, providing in a country where banking, it's there, but there's really no core banking, access to capital. It's very, very limited. There's no credit scoring system. So introducing our biometric card gives the citizen a sense of comfort and security, plus gives them access nationwide, which I think we'll talk about a little bit more. And then in a government that's moving to try to comply with the international regulations, eliminating or creating better transparency, eliminating a lot of the overhead, what they call ghost employees. So it's really an entire ecosystem that we created over a period of 10 or 11 years. In the last couple of years, the most exciting.
So could you please tell me more about the innovations that QI Card is implementing in the region?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest success stories I've ever been a part of. So starting with that biometric card, what can you do from there? So suddenly you're in an environment where everything is cash-based and access to the bank branches and things like this is very difficult. So once you achieve a base like us with 7 or 8 million customers holding cards, now you can start to expand that into salary-backed loans, instant loans, where previously people were taking 6 to 8 months just to get a loan. You can do that immediately, either instantly or within 3 to 5 days they can have loan. You can start to give them access at the merchant level by doing what they call merchant-funded installments. So you want to buy a new appliance, we can go in and quickly check against what you're currently being deducted from your payroll and give you access to credit immediately. And that's nationwide. And so you've got more than 15,000 points of sale around the country. You've got more than 2,500 merchants that are providing that type of service. So it's in an environment that's incredibly manual and cash-based. That innovation and the ability to deliver it on the ground is really an innovation. It's amazing. It's an amazing story.
So how has QI Card laid the foundation for an electronic payment system in Iraq?
And so as I mentioned, the banking infrastructure is relatively immature, and it is an emerging market. 80% remains unbanked. And so as we begin to distribute our cards, we realized very quickly that that's great, but when you start to distribute salaries, you're talking about millions of people in a day or over the course of several days when the salaries are done. Where do they go to get their money? Because they're not going to be able to go spend it in the market because it's still very much a cash-based market. So creating an acceptance network nationwide, creating the value throughout the banking system so that people know this does exist, they're receiving it on their card, we reduce the amount of cash that's in the market, we set up a merchant network around the country. So from that perspective, now you have an entire base, and it actually has been the framework that the central bank has used to push forward the past 3 years with the international community looking closely at expanding electronic payments in the Iraqi market.
What are the key value propositions of the QI Card?
I think there's a couple because we have different stakeholders. We have the government agencies, which are the funders basically, and for them it's that security that they know who they're paying is actually on their payroll. It eliminates a lot of the manual efforts that they previously had to go to. It significantly reduces the time. For the customer, it's the safety, security, and the convenience. Most of them, or many of them, may be pensioners. They're old, so they can go just around the corner to their convenience store and cash out their salaries. They don't have to go wait in lines. They don't have to spend time in the government agencies. So it's a level of convenience. For the banks, it eliminates a lot of the currency flows that they have in the bank branches, and it allows them to connect their entire network without having any core banking.
And what do you think are the key reasons for QI's strong performance in 2019?
I think it's a combination of things. I think that there was a significant push by the government to have all citizens receiving their salaries on electronic cards before the end of the year, and we were the only ones really with the infrastructure to deliver significantly against that. So that was good on the card distribution side. We launched our loan program in 2018, and we've done now more than $3 billion in loans in that period. That was obviously a big push for the growth. And then some of our new services that we're doing, as I mentioned, the merchant-funded installment, all reasons that kind of built some momentum to have it was a breakout year for us, frankly. Yeah.
And what do you have to say about winning the award for the best international finance card Iraq?
We're honored. I think it's, being a foreigner working in Iraq, and I've been there for 15 years, I think it's one of the biggest kept secrets in terms of a success story. So anytime we have the chance to show what's been done by an Iraqi company, the innovation that's been brought to the market, because there's really nowhere in the world where this has been done or replicated, and so it's always, it's an honor and it's a pleasure to talk about it outside of Iraq.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for joining us, and it was great to hear about your achievements in this sector.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
And we wish you all the best from international finance, all the best for 2020.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.